Hey everyone, do you make questionable late night purchases? Me too. I was browsing Amazon and this bad boy caught my eye. One, because it's super detailed, has a snake on there. Who loves snakes? I do. But also, it was cheap. And if you've been here a minute, you know I'm cheap. So I popped into the reviews and I saw that it wasn't very good. People were saying that it was hard to unmold and that it tipped over really easy. And, and with all that, you should run, not walk away from a mold such as this. But I'm always up for a challenge, so I bought it. Thought today we would just cast it and see if those problems are just user error or if it in fact does what they say. And I also thought we could do something fun and give it a crow rating. Like, we'll start with 5 crows, and for every problem it has, we'll take a crow off. I'm inspired by Vivian tries. She rates her things with Vivian heads. It's really cute. So we're gonna rate this mold with crows. The footage I have for this didn't turn out so great, and so I'm just gonna kind of quickly show you some highlights and we'll run through it. I'll actually show you the finished product now because even though this is sold as a candlestick holder, I don't burn candles. I have cats and I have kids, and if you know, like I know, cats, kids, candles, they don't. So we don't mess with candles, but I thought it would be a good cell phone stand. And so after I cast it, and spoiler alert, we were able to cast it. After I cast it, I grabbed a tray out of the reject pile and this cute little bowl I made a long time ago. And I poured some resin down in there and we locked them in. Because really this wasn't very stable. Like the mold tips over, so the piece does too. The last thing you want to do is put a candle in there. This is an interesting thing because if you saw my clock video, this was a piece that I found in a jar of like vintage finds, but it didn't really match what I was doing in that video, so I set it aside. And then when I came to do this, I really wanted to fill in that hole where you would put the candle, and this just so happened to be sitting there, and it totally matches the vibe of this. It's kind of obnoxious, but I like it. I think it's pretty nice. So just quickly, I'm going to go through the video. The one thing I liked the most about this mold was the snake detail. It kind of jumped out at me, but as I looked at it closer, it has these pretty cool details with the skull and the rocks. And so what I did is I got in there and I colored this with red chrome pigment. Red chromes are the only red that truly read red when it comes to powdered pigment. And really that's just an ultra fine glitter or a microfine glitter. Depends on who you ask or where you get it. Anyway, I knew I wasn't going to be able to get in there and paint those toenails. That wasn't going to happen. So I ended up just coming in here when we were done and painting it with a gold paint pen. I had a little bit of fallout on this one. There's only so much I could get in there and clean that up, but it like spilled over. I'm probably going to have to show you kind of a close-up from outside, but instead of dusting this green on, I just mixed that into the black, like more of the chrome pigments, some blue and some green. I dusted the little gizzard there with some chameleon pigments. And then I dusted the rocks with holographic glitter. I kind of missed the mark there, I thought. I thought that rock was part of the tail, and it turns out that little piece is part of the tail, but do you care? I don't think you care. You don't. So anyway, that was the gist of making it. It wasn't very interesting. The footage was really rough, but I still wanted to come on and show it because I thought it was cool. There she is with the phone stand. It's cute, huh? And it's stable this way too, so that way we don't have to worry about it tipping over. So what's the final verdict on this mold? 3 crows. 1, because it's unique and it has a lot of detail. Two, it's versatile. You don't have to just make a candlestick holder, and you certainly don't have to just make a cell phone stand. But I feel like it has a lot of potential uses. It's pretty neat. Three is cheap. And if you know anything, you know I'm cheap. At the time I bought this, it was listed at $3. I'm not sure what the price is now, but I'll put a link in the description. So you lose a crow because it's hard to unmold. Me and the kiddo really struggled to get this out, and it got stretched out pretty bad. Like I don't know how many castings I'm gonna get out of this, but hopefully I can get one more because she already took that, and I kind of like it. And I have to take away another crow because it tips over. This is dangerous. I used some perlite to stabilize it. You could probably use sand or something, but even with that, moving it from one location to the next was tricky, and we came close to tipping it over a few times or just having it slosh out because I had to use a deep pour resin on this, which took it several days to set up. It's probably not necessary because these are all pretty narrow openings, but I could just imagine the bubbles from down here trying to get all the way up there. Yeah. Just err on the side of caution and use a deep pour if you can. It's kind of pricey sometimes, but occasionally you can get it for cheap if you know where to look. Anyway, that's that. I hope you had fun with it. So in closing, do you need this mold? Maybe if you're up for a challenge. If you want something that looks unique, you could certainly probably find more productive ways to spend your $3, but hey, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. If you got this far into the video, as always, I appreciate you watching. Be sure to click all the buttons below so that the algorithm will pretend to like me. In the meantime, I hope you learned something. I hope you tried something. Till next time, folks. Bye.